Welcome back to another Secrets of the Pros. On behalf of Department of Youth Services, I'm your host, Andrew Rayburn, mixing master engineer and musician. We're located at number 55 Regent Street, Central America, Belize City. And we're going to be shooting out this tutorial. This one is dedicated to Keyboard Guru, who has commented that he would like to see a full mixing video on our YouTube page here. And support Lady Info. She's our new female artist addition. This is her demo tape schemes. So I'm going to jump right into it. So we're going to be talking about mixing the elements here for this song. So what I'm going to jump into is, first of all, I'm going to go down to the elements. I'm not going to touch on the vocals. I'm just going to get down to the elements. The reggae song from Trouble. Let's play a little bit of it.
Mommy, daddy, you're my everything. You're my everything. Mama, no, you're never heartless. You always teach me the best, never about me. No, everything I ever give to you, give you my heart and my soul, and my love for you is true, mama. We've been through good and bad times. Give away your last, I'll win. That the him not have a time.
I'm gonna spend too much on it, but let's get down to the elements now. For reggae music, typically, you need to make sure you have your guitars right and your bass line properly mixed. That is the culture of reggae. So I'm gonna disable the vocal tracks, and I am running this in Studio 1.4, by the way. So the first one here is, this is a Strat guitar from the Phantom X library for Contact. This is a little bit of it here. I'm running that through the Waves plug here. That's before. Song's kind of dirty. When I put in the gate compressor with a little bit of EQ and 1K there, have a tighter feel, and I'm running out through the reverb, which I'm rolling off some low end. Hope I'm not going too fast. And here is the piano. Now I have the piano pan to the left about 80% and the guitar to the right. And EQing a little bit of rolling off some low end, dipping out some mids. I'm not going to jump too much into that. I'm just showing you guys it's by ear you mix. It's not a study of, okay, roll off 500 and 130, and you have to use your ears. Yes, these are frequencies in the low end that you can use as a guideline, but you have to use your ears. I'm making these EQ decisions based on listening. So that's what I'm having running there. And let me go straight down to my mix bus here, which I'm running the BX Digital. I have it cranked to about 142%. Followed by Dr. MS. Let me increase it a little bit more. And I'm doing a little bit of small mastering EQ here. Rolling off a little bit of 27, boosting a little bit of 500 with a bus compressor. So I'm mixing going into the compressor. Since this is already mixed, normally I keep the compressor ratio fairly low because I want to over compress your main out. So let's get into the bass first of all. And this is a trick. Excuse me. This is a trick I learned from Warren Hort. I'm using a technique called parallel compressing, creating a bass DI. So I'm using this simple pick bass from the Korg M1 synthesizer, and I'm sending a signal of that parallel compression, and I'm gonna play a little bit of what I have here. This is what I started out with. Now I hear a lot of mid-range, so let me show you what the mid-range sound like. I turn on the EQ. That's the comps. Let me show you what exactly I'm taking out. Taking out some of that. Taking that out. And taking that out. And I'm rolling off about 62, guys. The reason why is I'm making room for the kick drum. If I roll it out, you don't hear much of a difference, right? Let's take it back to 60 here. And I'm parallel compressing that. And here's a trick. On my DI auxiliary channel here, I'm going to bring up the Waves GTR amp. And I'm going to turn that on. Let me turn on the parallel compression track. Notice the guitar gets a little bit, the bass guitar gets a little bit louder and more fatter. This is why I'm following it with an EQ. Let's engage EQ. Just to calm some of that. I'm still hearing that rumble. Let's find that real quick. I'm gonna switch to peaking mode. Right there. About 119. Okay. So we started from here to here, making the bass guitar a little bit more defined. And then here I have Mark Studio. I love this bass amp here. This is another emulation of a bass amp. And I'm running it through. I'm taking out some of the low mids here because I don't want mid range. I just want to get that more bottom end feel. And I'm also using some pedals, the compressor here with that. So let's play that. You feel that weight come upon it. So let's bring in my drum kit. You might say that song's pretty fat already. Well, if you compare it with this other song here, let's do that.
Make you sober me up.
We still want to push the bass a little bit more, so I'm gonna engage the C4 compressor on the bass auxiliary track. Just rolling off some 250. Let me turn the drums back off. Followed by EQ, rolling off some more bottom end. You want to keep your bass tight, right? So I'm hearing a little bit of that resonance again. Let's look for that. Right about there. There it is. 138. Now you don't want to dip out too much, guys, or else you're gonna alter the song of the bass and it's gonna sound more fake. And I'm also adding another instance of R bass. Let's turn that off for right now. Since I'm boosting a 60, I'm gonna turn the intensity down. And let's turn our bass back on here. So this is before, after. Let's turn off the RBS for right now. And we're going to see how it blends with the drums. Because we don't want to overdo, right? So let's bring in the drums. Right now I'm hearing a little bit too much snap on the kick. So let's see if we can deal with that. I'm gonna bring up my kick drum. Let's bring down, yeah, about there. Let's bring in the bass, drums. Don't want too much of it cutting through. So this is what it sounds like with the bass guitar. How am I processing? Let's get back to let me check my levels here. So that's what I did to treat the bass. And the pads, it's not much. I'm just rolling off some low end, quite a amount of low end, using a Modo mod with the L2. You know, and that's how I'm getting everything to blend. What I'm gonna do now, I'm gonna increase the volume of the song. So it matches where we're going. So far it's sounding great. Now we're going to talk about the master bus here, which I'm rolling off a little bit of 35. And about compressing about a dB. Let me set my release to so far so good. Let's compare that real quick. And I'm getting the same low end. Now I'm going to touch on the drums here. I'm trying to move as fast as I can. So we've dealt with the bass. We've parallel compressed it, run it through the GTR on the Thunder here. And also we have EQ'd the bass. Roll off a little bit of 54. So it makes room for this emulation of the Mark amp. Because we don't want to overdo the sub. Noticing I'm keeping my sub tight. We don't need the R bass. I'll get rid of that. And I'm boosting rarely. I'm boosting 60 kilohertz on the bass, about 4 dB. You might say, Ray, you shouldn't be boosting any bass. You should let the R bass do that, or well, for this particular bass, it needed a little bit of 60 from the EQ and sounds better. So why not go with it? Use your ears. So the drums that I'm using is one that I built. It's called the Alain drum kit from the reggae artist Alain, Jamaican artist. And I'm using this drum kit here with my MIDI controller. So I've mapped out everything in the keyboard. So on the second session, we're going to be talking about the vocals when we resume. And support the DYS YouTube page, and we'll catch you on the next one.